Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I'm back out here at the Trails course in Anderson, South Carolina, getting ready to play another 18 holes. It's very hot today. We're looking at temperatures in the low 90s, so it's very humid, but looking forward to getting a round in. I'm going to try to give you guys some hole previews before I throw, tell you a little bit about the disc that I'm using so that you can get an idea of how I approach each hole. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we're here on hole one. As you can tell, it goes right through that gap straight ahead. This has cleared out from the past. I think there's a few trees that came down, but basically you want to go straight through that gap. It's about 326 feet. Goes through that gap and bends a little bit to the left. So I'm going to be throwing my 10-year buzz, something that'll go straight and just have a little fade at the end. All right, so that worked out about as good as it could have. 10-year buzz straight down the gap, parked right next to the basket. So we'll just go ahead and tap that in for the birdie. All right, so we're here on hole two. You can kind of see the basket through this gap straight ahead. You've got two fairways here. You can either go through the left gap or the right gap. I like to go through the right gap just because I feel like it's a little bit more open, not quite as tight. I want to say this one plays about 230-ish. So I'm gonna go with my C blend tomb and hope to get close to the basket here. All right, so here we are on hole three. If you watched the last video, I did a little preview of this one, but basically it goes straight through that gap, straight ahead. I don't know if you can see the basket or not. It's kind of hidden behind some trees, but there is a creek that runs behind it that's out of bounds. Basically what I'm gonna try to do here is throw my tomb, just kind of slide it up so that it doesn't go too long and hopefully get the birdie. All right, so here we are on hole four. As you can tell, it's par three, 239 feet. You can tell the shape of the fairway. It kind of S-curves and finishes back up to the left. So basically, I'm gonna try to throw something high that's overstable, that's definitely gonna finish left. I don't know if you can see the basket. It's kind of tough, but it's up there on that hill. You can kind of see the yellow band. So basically, just gonna try to throw something that crashes into that hill. All right, so that was an Espelin Scepter, which is a very overstable driver. Didn't really get the turn on it that I wanted, didn't really commit to that shot. So I'm definitely gonna be a little bit down the hill. I got a pretty nasty roll, but hopefully we can still give it a chance for birdie. All right, so here we are on hole five, par three. I believe this is in the, I don't know what that says. There's a screw right in the middle of it, but I believe it's in the A position, so probably about 262. Basically, you want to go down this fairway that's straight ahead, and it bends hard to the right, and you want to get something that's going to get some sort of skip. All right, so we're back to hole 6. Again, if you watched the last video, you know I'm not a huge fan of this hole. I'm not sure what the distance is. Again, it's probably in that 230 to 250 range. Basically down this fairway, that looks like a walking path. You want to kind of S it, and the basket finishes off to the right. I'm going to try to sneak something through this grouping of trees though, just to see if I can get something that'll skip over towards the basket. All right, hole 7 here. This one is, again, sorry I don't have the distances. The signs are worn out. But this one probably plays, I don't know, about 250. Basically goes straight up this gap here. I think the play is more of a turnover backhand. So I'm gonna go with my ESP Buzz here. Well guys, these are the kind of birdies I like getting. So I think I got a nice little kick off of this tree here, which pushed me right next to the basket. And that's a birdie. All right, so we're on to hole 8 here. This is 167 feet. Basket is straight ahead. So you wanna go through this V tree, have something that finishes towards the basket. You can either do a backhand, little Anheuser shot, or a sidearm. I'm gonna go with my rubber blend zone here so I can make sure it sits next to the basket. All right, good choice for the rubber blend zone. Had a little bit of skip, but mostly just sat down. Put me about 15 feet, another birdie. All right guys, so we're here on hole 9. This is by far the most open hole on this course. As you can tell, there's nothing off to the right. There's a lot of trees over to the left. And essentially what you wanna do is just follow this walking path all the way straight down until it curves. And the basket is right down in that corner, plays about 400 feet. So I'm gonna go with my Metal Flake Faro, just to have something that'll hold straight, but then get a nice fade at the end. All right guys, we're stringing them together here. So about another 10, 15 feet. Metal Flake Color Glue Faro. Birdie. All right guys, we're on hole 10 here. Another somewhat open hole. As you can tell, the gap is just straight ahead through there. You can see the basket. Very low ceiling though. This is one that I go back and forth between a mid-range and a driver, just mainly because of the low ceiling. But I'm gonna try to go Buzz here and see if I can get something underneath that ceiling. All right guys, time for another birdie. Buzz flew dead straight right underneath the ceiling. Got me about 5 feet. All right, this is hole 11, about 225 feet or so. You can see the basket straight ahead there. This actually plays as an island hole. You can see those two stumps in the middle, that's the drop zone. And then just beyond that, you might see a line of rocks. That's the beginning of the circle that you have to land in. So I'm gonna go with my zone here, try to go on a little flex line to finish up on the right side so that it doesn't roll down. So in a terrible attempt to make the island, ended up turning my drive over a little too much and ended up out of bounds, I believe. So I'm gonna putt from the drop zone. All right, guys, we're on to hole 12. This is going to be in the A placement. It's a par 3. I'll show you the fairway here. This one goes down, and I think you can see the basket straight ahead down there. The creek runs all along the left side, so it plays out of bounds. So I'm going to throw a sidearm with the zone and hope that it doesn't get an unfortunate kick. But yeah, the hope is to not land in the creek. All right, on to hole 13. This is a forehand hole for me. The basket goes through either one of these gaps over to the right. I'm gonna try to go around this outside gap with my slab and hopefully get a good skip towards the basket. Here we are on hole 14, 291 feet uphill. This one finishes up and to the left. Again, you got two fairways, the one to the left and then this one straight ahead here. I'm gonna go with a straight gap and try to go with something overstable so that it'll finish up on that hill up on the left. And again, the goal hopefully to get close. And I think this counts as my best shot of the day. That's my S-Blend Exodus. About as good as you can get. All right, we're on to hole 15 here. This basically goes straight through that gap. And the basket, I don't know if you can see it straight ahead there, is perched up on that hill. I'm gonna go with a forehand here so that I can play into the hill and hopefully have some sort of a putt at it. All right, we're on to hole 16 here. This one, the basket is up and to the right, sort of in that clump of trees up there. I'd say it probably plays about 220-ish. I like to take this sidearm gap up high and have it kind of crash in. So I'm gonna go with my CE Viper here. So I got caught up kind of early in some trees and it landed me a bit short and just happened to land right in this tree stump. So I'd say I probably got about another 50 or so to the basket. All right, on to hole 17 here. I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I believe this one's about 230 as well. You see the basket up through there. I'm gonna try to go with a sidearm through this left gap and have it finish up to the right. Probably go with my Viper again. All right, we're on to hole 18 to finish it out. This is a short hole, but it bends really hard up to the right. You want to have something that finishes and skips up to the basket. It's a really tough angle. I'm gonna go with my slab just because I know it's gonna finish right. Hopefully I'll get a birdie. All right guys, so I just finished up another 18 out here at the Trails course in Anderson. Overall, I thought I played pretty well. I missed a few drives that I'd like to have back. I felt like I had some early releases out there. So there's a few discs that I'm having to relearn, and so just got to keep working with those. But also had a lot of birdies today. I'm not sure what I ended up shooting, but overall it went pretty well. So just gonna try to clean some of those things up and hopefully be playing in some tournaments here soon. Again, thank you guys for watching.